Hello everyone. Here we're going to be talking about the scientific method. Okay, we are going to present some of those key objectives, and this week will serve as an introduction to our forces and motion unit. So let's begin by going over the key objectives for the week. First, students will be able to apply the scientific method to design their own experiment. Students will be able to observe and measure the motion of a paper frog. Students will be able to analyze data to determine the validity of their hypothesis. And students will be able to draw conclusions using evidence and share results with classmates. So let's cover this question first. What is the scientific method? This refers to the ways in which scientists investigate the world. Investigations are done to answer questions and to solve problems. Scientists will usually follow the scientific method, which are a series of steps that are followed to make sure that the information gained in an experiment is accurate and true. What are the steps? Step 1 is to identify observations or questions. 2, do some research using reliable resources. 3, forming a hypothesis. 4, developing an experiment to test the hypothesis. 5, collecting data. 6, drawing conclusion. And then 7, sharing out results. It's important to note that many times scientists will reach the end of an experiment and realize that, oh, my results don't really support my hypothesis. In fact, when I'm looking at my data, I have to reject my hypothesis. And that is perfectly okay. What isn't okay is to kind of go back, erase out your hypothesis and rewrite it. That's a no-go. So what you want to do is, in that case, you still share out those results. Those results are still valid results. All right, but many times what all scientists will do is just kind of go back after they've completed that experiment, after they've shared out those results, and they will, using the information that they have gained from the initial experiment, they'll probably conduct a second experiment with a completely different hypothesis, hoping to get results that they were expecting the first time around. So here's the big question that you're going to solve today. How far can a paper frog jump? And can we make a paper frog that flies really far? So watch this video with us and learn how to make a basic paper frog.
Hey everyone, so I'm going to show you how you can make an easy origami frog using just a Post-it note. Alright, so here I have my Post-it note. The sticky side is here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my Post-it note in half. You want to make sure that when you're folding it, that the corners meet up as best as you can. I know it's tricky with the sticky end of your Post-it note. So there we go, I folded it in half, and I'm going to open it up. And now I'm going to fold it the other way. So I'm folding it in half twice in both directions. Okay, and now I'm going to open it up again. So now I've folded it this way and this way. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to locate my sticky ends of my Post-it note, which are right here. I'm going to fold the corners down so they meet the middle. So I'm going to fold this corner down so it meets the center of my Post-it note. And then I'm going to fold this corner down so it meets the center of my Post-it note. Again, if it isn't perfectly exact, that's perfectly fine. All right. And now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fold up this long edge so it meets the middle. And definitely feel free if you need to pause this video so you can watch carefully what I'm doing and then do it yourself. All right. And now I fold it up. Now I'm going to take this edge of my origami frog and I'm going to fold him so he meets the center line. And now I'm going to fold this edge so it meets this center line again. And I'm almost set with my frogs. Now all I have to do is this long edge here, I'm going to fold up in half. And then I'm going to fold this edge back to make the legs of my origami frog. All right, and there we go. I have now made an origami frog.
Okay, so now that you've watched the video, go ahead and make your very own basic origami paper frog. All right, you can use a sticky note just like how I did in the picture. Just realize it'll be a little hard to do some of the unfolds, but it'll work. Then after you make it, jump your frog a couple times. See how far your frog goes. All right, maybe try and measure it out if you can't, but have a good idea of how far your basic frog goes. And then what you're going to do, what we want you guys to do next, is to make a better paper frog. Can you make a better paper frog? So make a new paper frog by changing something about it. By changing something about the original frog, and see how that new frog goes. Does it go any further than your original frog? Or maybe the change that you did doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't actually go as far. Maybe it goes less far. All right, but we want you guys to go ahead and now, after watching this video, you're going to make your basic frog, see how far that frog goes, and then make a new one that's better and see how far that one goes. Then you're going to go back on the discussion board and you're going to answer a couple questions. You're also going to want to make sure you've taken a picture of the two frogs that you create. So this is my second frog that I created, and here in the video is the first frog that I created. We want to see them both kind of close together so we can kind of see the differences between your first original frog and your second new frog. Okay? Thank you.